Alright, so here we are with another Lionel catalog. They just released their new releases for 2025 of July, and they're still celebrating their 125th anniversary. So keep in mind that this catalog is a PDF, as you can tell by the top of the screen right there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and flip through it. It's gonna cause me a little bit of trouble. So here's the table of contents. They have O scale, traditional, expand your world, and they also have a enter the win contest if any of you were interested. Alright, so coming up first, we have the Santa Fe Super Chief set. Let's see, so it's undeniably one of the great trains of the 20th century and the most famous of the Chicago, Los Angeles streamliners. Santa Fe's Super Chief grabbed the public's eye in 1950s with a striking war bonnet, F units, and gleaming stainless steel coaches. This train has been an icon on three rails for as long as so no tribute to their anniversary could be complete without one, and they've gone the extra mile to make this sure that this Super Chief is super. So, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but they do have Wi-Fi cameras on their trains, so keep an eye on that. So the set features many features. They have two Legacy 3FA locomotives with sounds, one powered Legacy F38 with sound, one Superfast F38, an 18-inch Vision baggage car, 21-inch sleeper sounds Pullman car, a 21 Vista Vision Dome car, a 21-inch Station Sounds Diner car, sleeper cars, lounge sounds observation, a powered ABA, which are the locomotive features, dual motors, Legacy and Bluetooth control, Legacy rail sounds in all units, track IR and lead F3, fan-driven smoke, LED light, front electrical couplers on A units, short distance non-operating couplers between units, crew figures included in lead F3, Legacy and Bluetooth control, fan-driven smoke, LED lighting, super bass rail sounds, and the standard 21-inch passenger cars, which are these ones right here. They have some of these are in a 2-pack, and they have the dome cars, diner cars, like I said before, and some of the F3 units, like I mentioned. So the standard 21-inch passenger car features flicker-free LED lighting, molded plastic interiors, die-cast spring trucks, kinematic couplers for dose coupling, easy conversation to scale couplers, flexible diaphragms, hand-painted figures, and all cars including the baggage car, and the 21-inch passenger cars with the sounds features. They have accessible with Legacy, Trainmaster control system, custom recordings, feature multiple characters, allow you to recreate an entire rail journey. From departure to arrival, there's final destination, arrival and departure announcements, dining reservation calls, and more en route dialogue. They have the clickety-clack sounds in motion, different sound sets in each car, and the Vista Vision Dome features Vista Vision, Wi-Fi window camera streams live video from a dome passenger vantage point, and the additional set features all items individually boxed with the custom set box and stimulated metal finish on all passenger cars and locomotives, where appropriate gloss on finished locomotives, and the length is 204 inches and the minimum curve is 031 for locomotives, and 054 for passenger cars. Alright, so next up they have the F3, some more F3 units. So thanks to the ongoing production changes and the production evolution, not every EMD F unit model look like. To take these F3s for example, you find a variety of detailed differences between various roads. In addition, road-specific options like dynamic brakes and steam generators added yet more variety. This year's crop offers some new paint schemes on popular roads from coast to coast. They're also paying tribute to a Lionel original, the New Haven 2242, and the locomotives are available as powered AA sets with both units powered and with smoke sounds in the lead unit. Additional powered and super bass B units are available separately for those who want more and power sound. So they do have different road numbers, like I mentioned before. They have the Santa Fe Legacy, the Delaware Lackawanna Western, Atlantic Coastline, Minneapolis, and St. Louis. All of these have features like the 2 powered A units, LED lighting in both units, fan-driven smoke units in both units, and front electro couplers in both units, legacy rail sounds in each lead unit, a length of 13 inches, 26 inches in AA sets, and a minimum curve of 031. The powered B units, and they also have B units as well. The B units features legacy and Bluetooth control, fan-driven smoke, LED lighting, operator couplers, length of 13 inches, a minimum curve of 031, and the Super Bass unit features legacy and Bluetooth control, fan-driven smoke, LED lighting, Super Bass rail sounds, operating couplers, length of 13 inches, and a minimum curve of 031. Alright, so next up they have Lionel lines. They have the New Haven Legacy F3 B units and the Lionel Lines Legacy S38 units and the Lionel Legacy lines, which is the new paint scheme. So the S38 features, or SD38 features standard legacy diesel features plus rail specific detailing, kinematic pilots, using conversation to scale couplers not included, a length of 14.5 inches and a minimum curve of 054. They also have the Northern Pacific Legacy F3A units with the B unit and the North Coast Station Sounds Diner Car, the Limited 2-pack, and the North Coast Limited 4-pack. Just like before, or the Northern Pacific upgraded its premier North Coast Limited with new lightweight cars in 1947. In 1954, they added Vista Dome seating and the popular Lewis and Carl Travelers lounge cars. Several of the new cars that were owned by the CB&Q and the SP&S, which were carried the train over part of the route. These had little to the owner's initials on the car, but still wore the Northern Pacific name and the two-tone green color scheme to match the rest of the consist. With the lengthy route, the Northern Pacific needed to complete its consist to provide daily service and needed to complete to get even more 10 cars in length, and especially during peak travel seasons, which matched a set of F units up front, North Coast Line Limited, as well as some handsome as a train has to pass mountain scenery with its pass. So 7 cars were offered typically for the train from 1954 to the 1960s, and they have so many requests over the years and added to the Lionel catalog, and the wait is finally over. So for any of y'all that are interested in getting in this set, see your dealer and reserve your seat in the Northwest Splendor today. So they have the same features as the other cars that we saw, and yeah. Alright, so next up they have the SD50s. Considered by some to be a failure due to the frequent engine problems, shortly after delivery, many railroads quickly learned how to maintain the rebuild of the SD50s into a reliable workhorse. The majority of the locomotives built saw service for multiple owners for several decades. Many still can be seen today. They are a must-have muscle for any layout set in the 1980s through the present, and feature numerous road and even road numbers specific details. The Lionel SD50 is coming back. In all new road names, Mars, strobe, and ditch lights are included as appropriate for each road. Included in this run in some classes or classics, some second owners, an intern paint scheme, and even some colorful modern short lines, which will be hauling freight for you. Alright, so for the road numbers, they have the Chicago Northwestern, CXS, Hudson Bay Railway, Kansas City Southern, Lake State Railway, and the Union Pacific. All of these have features like standard diesel features plus pneumatic couplers, working ditch lights where appropriate, road specific details, length of 19 inches, and a minimum curve of 054. They have some SD38s. EMD's SD38s was no frills, blue collar workhorse designed to dig and move heavy loads. Most found their way into the yard to transfer heavy haul service on the larger roads. Quite a few have found a home in larger industrial settings, as well as Lionel's SD38s come loaded with specific details including trucks, side frames, brake wheel, dynamic brakes, cabin, pilot details, as well as variety of lightning operations. So for the roads, they have the Cargill Railroad Legacy Unit, the Conrail, Elgin Juliet in Eastern, Detroit and Toledo, and the McLeod River Legacy. They have the road-specific detailing for the features, pneumatic pilots, easy conversion to scale couplers, not included, a width of 14.5 inches, and a minimum curve of 054. I'm sorry. So, here we have the Detroit assembly line set. So, let me zoom in a little bit. America's auto industry moves on rails, shuttling stampings, frames, and other parts from one line to the next. The railroads are an integral part of the assembly line. The Grand Trunk Western is one line whose identity is closely tied to the auto bells, many bustling mills. This set pays tribute to the Good Track Road and other Michigan strong loads in this 1980s era consist, and a recently acquired SD38 from the DT&I leads this short priority freight of 4 boxcars, a frame-laden flat and wide vision caboose for another one at a time, just in time for delivery. So they have the Detroit assembly set right here. And they have some boxcars. So this set has features like the Legacy SD38, 3 60-inch double-door boxcars, 60-inch single-door boxcars, a 50-inch flat car with auto-frame load lighted with wide-vision caboose. Locomotive features that has the standard Legacy diesel features plus road-specific detailing, pneumatic pads or pilots. Using conversion to scale couplers not included. Rolling stock features have die-cast trucks and operating couplers, separately applied details, opening doors on boxcars, auto frame and load on flat car, die-cast flat car frame, wood flat car deck, wood flat car, LED interior and marker lights on caboose, and detailed caboose with interior figure, a length of 160 inches, a minimum curve of 031, and for the rolling stock, 054 locomotive. And down here they have the the double-door boxcars, which are most commonly associated with the auto industry. These 60-inch boxcars hauled components like hoods, fenders, and other stampings on specialized racks for efficient loading and unloading between component mills and final assembly lines. Common from the late 1960s to the early 2000s, these cars are commonly operated with pods and one firm far off from home rails. So for the features, they have die-cast trucks, operating couplers, opening side doors, separately applied detail parts, high or low handbrake, running boards as appropriate for the road name, and a length of 16 inches, 16.5 inches, and a minimum curve of 031. So for the road numbers, they have the Conrail and the Detroit and Toledo Northern boxcar. They also have some scale freight or some more boxcars. They have the Pennsylvania, Baltimore and Ohio, Santa Fe, Southern Railway, and Chicago Northwestern. And they have the same features as mentioned above. Next up, they have some scale freight. So railroads introduced many bold new colors and graphics on the sides in their 60-inch and larger boxcars in the 1960s and the 70s. What if they had used these rolling billboards to bring back some classic schemes from the past based on the popular LCL fleets of the 1940s and the 50s? These big boxes show off your favorite liveries in a big new way. So for the boxcars, they have the Union Pacific, Challenger, Baltimore and Ohio, LCL, New York Central, Pacemaker, and the features have die-cast trucks, operating couplers, opening side doors, separately applied detailed parts, length of 16.5 inches, and a minimum curve of 031. And on the right side, they have some cabooses. And by the 1970s, many railroads have given up on cabooses red and used iconic cars as rolling billboards for their brand safely on other promotions. Changes of ownership, such as the reading cars, when much more DH only added to the variety of models feature LED lighting and complete interiors with figures. So for the road numbers, they have the cheesy wide vision caboose, the Burlington wide vision caboose, and the DH wide vision caboose. All of these cabooses have features like LED interior illumination and flashing rear end light, detailed interior with figure, die-cast trucks with rotating bear caps, operating couplers with hidden tabs, easy conversion to scale, wheels or couplers not included, separately applied details, length of 10 and 1/4 inches, and a minimum curve of 031. So here are the covered hoppers. These nudge cars can be found all around the country hauling cement, chemicals, and other products. A surprising number of these cars presented here could be still found in service nearly 40 years later in the original paint. So they have the CXS, Detroit and Toledo Short Line, 2-Bay ACF. Let's see. Norfolk Southern, HLMX, Erie Lackawanna, and Northern Pacific. They have features like the die-cast metal trucks with rotating bearing caps, die-cast operating couplers with hidden tabs, length of 11.5 inches, and a minimum curve for 031. Now we move on to the Line Chief 9 Chief Plus 2.0 Bluetooth. So they have the Northwest or NW-2 diesels. So they have the Southern Railway, Santa Fe, Sioux Line, Conrail, Southern Pacific, so these diesels have features like command control equipped, operate via Bluetooth using Universal Remote or Cab 3 app, operate via command control using TMCC or Legacy Cab, operate via conventional transformer lashed up with similar LCC locomotives to command and control, speed control, rail sounds equipped with diesel engine and background sounds, horn, bell, crew talk, tower comm, dialogue, Lionel voice control, LVC, run your locomotive by speaking commands into your phone via Cab 3 app. Fandrum smoke, dual electric couplers, powerful maintenance-free motor, diecast trucks, metal frame, directional headlights, length of 12 inches, and a minimum curve of 031. Now we move on to America's 250th anniversary. So, here it says 2026 celebrates the 250 years of our great country. To get a head start, our newly tooled 440 engine kicks off the celebration. This red, white, and blue set with the classic American decorations is a wonderful tribute to the great USA. So they have the American Celebration 440 line chief freight set with Bluetooth 5.0. The features include, or the set has features that has, the set includes the 440 steam locomotive, intender, boxcar, tank car, stock car, 8 pieces of 036 curved fast track, 2 10-inch straight track sections, 1 line chief fast track terminal section, 1 plug and play expand play power lock on section, wall pack power supply, and line chief remote. The locomotive features electro locomotive control by included line chief remote, line chief universal remote, sold separately, or Bluetooth Lionel Cab 3 app, Lionel voice control, which you can run your locomotive by speaking commands into your phone via Lionel Cab 3 app, Rail Sounds RC sound system with steam chuffing and background sounds, whistle, bell, and user-activated announcements, operating headlight, puff and smoke unit, powerful maintenance-free motor, on and off switch for smoke, operating couplers, and the freight cars feature operating couplers, opening doors on boxcar. Line chief remote features forward, reverse speed control knob, 3 buttons for whistle, sound, bell, and special announcements. Requires 3 AA alkaline batteries, which are not included. A set features a length of 47 and 1/4 inches and a minimum curve of 031. They also have some add-on rolling stock, which include the 250 fireworks sound and light boxcar and the USA stock car. Now, both of these have a length of a minimum curve of 027. They have operating couplers, and the fireworks illuminate on this boxcar right here. And they also have the CXS Spirit of America line chief freight set with Bluetooth. Proudly leading the charge, the CXS Spirit of America -8 locomotive was originally commissioned as the lead unit of 1992 George H.W. Bush presidential campaign. After serving its presidential duty, it was renumbered to 7812 and continued its life hauling freight across the CXS system. Its bold paint scheme and patriotic name remains a symbol of American pride on the rails. This freight set completes with the patriotic theme for rolling stock, honoring our rich history on the freight rails of the rails. So the set has features like the CXS Spirit of America -8 locomotive, a US auto rack, a tank car, HQ boxcar, 8 pieces of 036 fast track, 2 fast track straight sections, 1 line chief fast track terminal section, 1 plug and play power lock on section, a wall pack power supply, line chief remote for locomotive. The locomotive features electro locomotive control by line chief remote, Lionel chief universal remote sold separately, or Bluetooth Cab 3 app, Lionel voice control, rail sounds with steam chuffing, background sounds, whistle, bell, user-activated sounds, operating directional headlights, dual power maintenance-free motors, metal frames and handrails, operating couplers on both ends, and illuminated interior. The freight cars include operating couplers, opening doors, and boxcar and auto rack with illuminated caboose. Line chief remote features the forward and reverse speed control knob, 3 buttons to activate the whistle button, whistle bell, and special announcements. Requires 3 AAA alkaline batteries, which are not included. The length has a length of 51.5 inches and a minimum curve of 31. Here are some more of Lionel's products. Celebrate America's 250th with the newly tooled classic. The iconic 440 returns to the Lionel lineup in their separate scale line chief Bluetooth locomotive line, headlining the release of the patriotic George Washington locomotive, honoring a founding father. To accompany this engine, we continue to honor the founding fathers with 3 passenger coaches, which you can get a head start collecting all of our American 250 items, as well as we continue this celebration into 2026. So they have the new founding fathers George Washington line chief 440 locomotive. It has Bluetooth equipped control with the line chief app or universal remote, rail sounds, Lionel voice control, operating headlight, puff and smoke, power for a maintenance free motor, operating coupler, on and off switch for smoke, remote not included. And it has a length of 16.1/5 inches and a minimum curve of 0.31. They have the founding fathers Benjamin Franklin mail car, a Thomas Jefferson passenger coach, John Adams passenger coach. All these cars include diecast trucks, operating couplers, LED interior illumination, length of 12 inches and a minimum curve of 0.27. So for the freight, they have the American 250 lighted flag 60-inch boxcar, which includes LED illuminated stars in the American flag diecast trucks, operating couplers, opening side doors, separately applied detailed parts, length of 16.5 inches and a minimum curve of 31. The Lionel Lines C1 or CA1 caboose 1776. It has the diecast trucks and operating couplers, LED interior illumination, detailed interior with brakeman figure, illuminated marker lights, length of 10.75 inches and a minimum curve of 31. Frisco, and they have the new Frisco Vision caboose. And they also have the Notable Americans boxcar. They have Jimmy Carter. And who else? And Rosalind Carter. Both of these feature painted and accessible in the U.S. diecast trucks with operating couplers, opening doors, length of 10.5 inches and a minimum curve of 0.27. They also have the U.S. Army 250 anniversary car and the Iwo Jima 80th anniversary boxcar, which has the same features as the... Alright, so moving on, they have the line chief locomotives. They have, it was produced between 1984 and 1994. The Dash 8s were known for being the first diesel to use a microprocessor, equipped the engine control unit, and adopted the new modular design, arriving with the 4 popular road names and equipped with our line chief technology. This diesel engine is a perfect additional to your traditional locomotive connection. So all of these diesels have features like Bluetooth equipped control with the line chief app or universal remote, sold separately, rail sounds with the horn, bell, and railroad dialogue, and the Lionel voice control. And it has some other features like operating directional headlights, dual power for maintenance-free motors, metal frame and handrails, operating couplers at both ends, illuminated interior, length of 14.5 inches and a minimum curve of 0.31. So for the road numbers, they have the Spirit of America Dash 8, the Canadian National Line Chief Dash 8, Santa Fe Dash 8, Conrail Dash 8, and other ones. So on the right side, they have the 440s. Joining the George Washington 440s are 3 locomotives based off the real 19th century prototypes, the North Central York and storied W.M. Crooks, famous for its appearance on movie screens, and elegant B&O William Manson. They have features like Bluetooth equipped, controlled with the Line Chief app or universal remote, sold separately. Rail Sounds RC controls or sound system with steam chuffing and background sounds, whistle, bell, and railroad dialogue, Lionel voice control, and the Lionel Cab 3 app. They have the operating headlight, puff and smoke, power for maintenance free motor, operating coupler on and off switch for smoke, remote not included, length of 16 and 1/5 inches, and a minimum curve of 0.31. And they also have new tooling, by the way. They have for the road numbers, they have the Baltimore and Ohio William Mason, William Crooks, and the New York Central York, or the Northern Central York. Moving on, they have Star Wars. Lionel Star Wars offering continues to grow with these unique pieces to add to the collection. The Phantom engine returns to the Line Chief lineup, adding LED underbody lighting fitting for the dark side, and add-on cars for the R2-D2 on Walken Brakeman car and fun Bethel Burgess reefer. So, on the left, they have the Star Wars R2-D2 Walken Brakeman boxcar. So, they also have the Star Wars Bent the Burger reefer set. So, all of these boxcars include a minimum curve of 0.27, a length of 10.5 inches. They have die-cast metal trucks, operating couplers, and for the Brakeman car, they have the die-cast metal trucks and operating couplers. Figures move back and forth along with roof via track power. And they also have metal frames. So they have the Darth Vader Phantom locomotive and the Stormtrooper Phantom locomotive. Both Phantom engines include features like the Bluetooth equipped control with the Line Chief app or universal remote, sold separately. Rail Sounds RC sound system with the special background sounds, horn, bell, user activated dialogue, Lionel voice control. Run your locomotive by speaking commands into your phone via Lionel Cab 3 app. Operating LED headlight, underbody LED glow, power for maintenance free motor, operating coupler remote not included, a length of 14 inches, and a minimum curve of 0.31. Sorry about that. They also have some accessories. They have the cell tower and the tree cell tower. So for the cell tower, they have features that are conventionally wired, rare aircraft warning lights on top of the tower, realistic looking microwave panels, and dimensions of 2 house times 2 house times 16 inches. And they have the tree cell tower with the conventionally wired to accessory power, red aircraft warning lights on top of the tower, realistic looking microwave panels, branches attached to the cell tower, dimensions of 2.5 inches times 2.5 inches times 16 inches. And they also have, to the right, they have the 11th annual National Lionel Train Day, which is December 6, 2025. They also have some mainline auto crossing gates. They have die-cast metal construction. The gate drops down when the train passes by, and it's a set of 2, and it's 153C contactor included. Also works with insulated track section, sold separately, and dimensions of 4 times 1 inches or times 4.5 inches. And Lionel also offers custom run opportunities for train enthusiasts everywhere. And custom run options are printed and assembled in USA 646 for boxcars, LC 2.0 locomotives, ready to run sets, scale, O-gauge rolling stock, American Flyer rolling stock, HO rolling stock, traditional O-gauge rolling stock, legacy locomotives. And now they are accepting orders for 2026. And for more information, you can email them at customerproduct@lionel.com. There's the QR code for anyone that wants to scan for new releases. And ladies and gentlemen, that just is about it for today's catalog flip through. Hope y'all enjoyed this long catalog flip through. I was expecting some Polar Express products from this, but I guess we'll never know. Hopefully they'll release an American Flyer catalog. I don't know when, but anyways, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications on for new videos every day. Thank y'all again for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.